welcome to this episode of Peace Talks. This is a series where we catch up with the artists and bands that are coming to play for us at the Marr Bar in Worcester. And today I am joined by Allexa Nava. Hi, Alexa.
Hi.
Saxophonist, flautist, and composer, who will be joining us with her quartet on Thursday, the 27th of November.
Yup.
Really, really excited to have you up and play for us in Worcester.
Thank you.
So yeah, let's find out a little bit more about you then, Alexa. You're born and grew up in Peru
Yes,
originally.
yes.
Yeah. And so where did this sort of music start for you? Where did you start playing?
Well, I started playing when I was in high school. So maybe when I was like 14. And it was because my school had like an after school kind of like orchestra situation.
Right.
And I remember that I just went for the audition, but it was the thing of like I didn't know how to play any instrument at all, like talking about like woodwind instruments. And like I got to try, I think it was trumpet, but like I
Mhm.
couldn't make any sound out of it. And with
Okay.
saxophone, it was literally kind of like the same situation. Like I tried to play it and I could barely play it,
Mm.
but it was a thing of like if you can make a sound out of the instrument, then it's yours.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, literally. So I did that, and yeah, I stayed with the saxophone, and I think like I kind of got like good at it. And one of the teachers said to me like, "Oh, maybe you should like pursue this like more like with like a bit more of a structure instead of just like coming after school."
Mhm,
And that's when I applied to the National Conservatoire in my country,
mhm.
and yeah, that's when I started kind of like having like regular lessons and actually like learning the instrument like properly. Um, but yeah, and I was there for like 2 years, but the thing it was they only had a classical program. So I started just like playing classical
Mm.
saxophone, and then I moved here and I was like, oh, I want to do jazz. So yeah, that was basically it.
But what made you want what got you interested in jazz? Why did you decide that you wanted to do jazz?
I think it was the freedom in it. Like, I know that you have to like study loads, like with, either classical or like jazz, but I think it was like the freedom of like expressing yourself. Which in a way you can also like do it in classical music, but it's more like strict, I guess.
Hmm.
And with like jazz, like I started like watching like loads of like saxophone players on like YouTube play, and I could just see how much they could express while they were like soloing. So in my head I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do and this is what I connect the best with.
Excellent.
Mhm.
I know you've also played flute,
Yeah.
quite a few bands, and I think you did some clarinet as well. Was that around about the same time when you were still in Peru, or did you pick that up when you came to the UK?
Well, I tried to learn flute when I was in Peru
Mhm.
just because for the fun of it, but I've never had like proper lessons. I don't think many of us like woodwind instruments have had like proper lessons in any of like either clarinet or saxophone. But basically I learned flute through YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, literally.
excellent.
Yeah, literally. It was very like basic. And then I moved here, but I was not playing it that much. And I think it was when I went to uni that, like you start like doing like big band stuff and they
Yeah,
ask you like, oh, you need to learn how to play flute and clarinet. And I kind of like start learning more. But now I'm a flute player apparently.
cool. No,
So
that's great.
yeah, that's the fun of it, I guess.
So you came to the UK and kind of wanted to start playing jazz. How did you get into that in the UK?
Um, well, when I first came, of course, like I didn't know anyone or anything. So, I started going to Tomorrow's Warriors, which is this amazing organization that they provide like free literally like music lessons. And that was like the first place that I went, and I started like having regular lessons weekly in a way. They have like these like groups that they put you in. And that's basically how I started because of course like I didn't know anything about it. I
Hmm.
kind of knew what the blues was, but
Okay.
like apart from that, like I didn't actually have like proper thing. So I started just like going there, and once I started like getting more comfortable with it, that's when I applied to uni. But yeah.
Cool. And it was it were there any I'm quite aware of the Tomorrow's Warriors and been following that. I had some great chats with Gary and Janine at the Brick Lane Jazz Festival a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
Any particular mentors or tutors there that sort of stood out for you?
Yeah, I had Ben Burrell and
Mhm.
Dennis Baptiste
Wow. Yeah.
as my teachers. Yeah, lovely. Like they're amazing musicians.
Cool. And were you part of the front line as well at one point?
As well, yeah, at one point, yeah, literally.
Yeah. So
I'm still friends with all the girlies from then.
yeah, cool. Because yeah, the last iteration of that. So that's an all female band. I think the lineup changes every few years, and they bring different people in. So
Mhm.
the last lineup of that has now branched out as Ancora. And they're actually playing with us in February. They're coming up to Worcester in February, so that's
Oh,
exciting. We got
mhm.
another Tomorrow's Warriors connection there. That's fantastic. So yeah, you went on to Trinity Laban, was it then?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. Um, so I remember, I think the first time I saw you play would have been with Collectiva at the Brick Lane Jazz Festival, probably about 2 years ago. I think you were playing it. It was Juju Bar, I think it was a fantastic gig there. Um,
Oh,
well,
nice.
it was yeah. So that's a more sort of Latin, very much a Latin combo. I've been trying. I've been in touch with Ali Lloyd and Leah as well over the last couple of years, and we'll hopefully get the band up at some point. You got there's a new album actually coming out in December,
Yeah,
isn't there? Yeah, I
literally,
saw
we
that last
just
week.
released a single called Ero, and yeah, the
Mhm.
EP, the full EP is like coming later, but yeah, exciting.
Excellent. And also, recently, well, I think it was this year, the show Paradise Under the Stars that you've been involved in, that Cuban
Oh yeah.
Experience show in London. I mean, that's a gig that looks so much fun. I really wanted to get down to one of those, but yeah, I think it's finished now, isn't it?
Yeah, literally. It finished, I think it was the 5th of October.
Right.
But yeah, that was a fun experience. It was literally like my first experience in like a theater thing.
Mm,
Um, and apart from like, like getting to work with like multiple people in a company as well, I think the best thing was like the musicians. Like I really, really enjoy playing with them. And I knew some of them just like from gigs and like
mm.
people in the scene, but like some of them like I've never played with before, and I had the chance to like do it for like several months, and they're the loveliest people, and they're like so supportive and just like excellent musicians as well. Like I've learned so much.
Great. Yeah. I mean, I really love that music, and I remember so Ali Lloyd, who also played bass in some of those shows as well, didn't she? I think she was.
Yeah, she was a dep in the show as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
So she, because
lovely.
I saw her gig at, she did her first sort of solo gig at the Brick Lane Jazz Festival this
Yeah.
year,
Hmm.
which also featured yourself and Poppy,
Yeah.
Poppy Daniels. She's coming up as well. That's cool. We got her coming up next April as well. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
So yeah, but I remember the end of her. So the last piece that Ali played was Hablando de con Juana, the Alain Perez tune. That was awesome.
Hmm.
And that was with Juanita Uca on vocals from the show, wasn't it? She performed in that show.
Yeah, he is insane. Yes.
That was fantastic energy. The whole 91 living room was up and dancing. Yeah, a brilliant show that was. So yeah, you get that's kind of the I suppose the context that I've seen a lot of you playing in previously, sort of very much a Latin vibe. Um, and you've released your No Language EP in
Hmm.
February this year. So that's your first, I think it's your first EP, wasn't it?
Yes.
Excellent. Slightly different vibe to that one. So yeah, talk us through that and how that came about.
Yeah, so No Language is my first EP. And I think it's very much contemporary jazz. Um, and the inspo for it was basically like the music that kind of like brought me to learn jazz like
Mhm.
properly, because that was my first introduction actually. It was not like like straight ahead like traditional stuff. It was just like fusion
Right.
contemporary stuff. Because I guess that really like stuck with me, and it's the music that I even like I enjoy listening like now. I love like like fusion like intense stuff as well, but like I don't know, like contemporary stuff has always like had like my heart, and
Yeah.
I think that was like the inspo for the whole EP of like just me trying to put like what inspired me to actually become the person that I am today in a way. And yeah, it has beautiful tracks in it, and all of them are my compositions, and yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Cool. And that was released on Jazz Refresh. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. It was,
Another
yeah.
another great organisation in London that's doing great things for supporting upcoming artists and stuff. Yeah, so I've seen they're moving from 91 Living Room
I
this year.
think like
Yeah,
yeah, my friend told me something about it. Yeah, like I think like late November they might. But yeah, who knows?
time for a new venue. So yeah, but no, that's a great organisation. I have great chats with Adam every time I'm down there. But so yeah, so the EP release you've now is just finishing up a tour of the album, and
Yes.
that was part of the Warriors Rise initiative from Tomorrow's Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
That featured three artists. So it was yourself, Donovan Hafner, and Maddie Coombs. I think that they
Yes.
uh, arranged for tours and such. Because you've done lots of gigs in London. Is this the first time that you kind of? I mean, I know you've done festivals and stuff, but is this the first tour that you've done sort of outside of London?
Yeah, literally. With my project, 100%, yeah. Because yeah, as you've said, like I've played in London like multiple times this year, but this is me like probably like branching out to like different
Yeah.
cities.
So what's that experience like in taking your own music out to new cities where you've not played before and maybe people haven't heard you, and also with how did the Warriors Rise sort of help out with that?
It, I mean, it's been really, really fun. And as well, like I think like from the beginning, because as you said, like I've had like a couple of gigs here and there. I really wanted to like put everything kind of like at the end of the year, but like everything in the span of like a month.
Mm,
So I've just been trying to like put because I've had gigs with Tomorrow's Warriors that they helped me with the tour situation, but as well like I try to put like other gigs that people like would book me
mhm.
as well, like in the same um kind of place in the calendar. Because yeah, it's been fun. I love traveling, I guess. But it's been fun like traveling with the guys as well. And we got in like really close as well because of it. And I think it's just as well like us playing, the same set list kind of like every time has
Mm.
made everything like sound a bit tighter. And yeah, like as I having really like like so much fun playing it as well, and it's honestly it's been fun. It's been fun for being
Excellent.
my first experience like dealing with something
Yeah.
like that. My project has been really fun.
Cool. And the thing I love about that particular tour is that it's you've had three of the 8 dates that you've played are in the West Midlands. So we've been spoiled. So you started off with Clun Valley Jazz in September, and then you did a gig at the Birmingham Free Jazz Fridays at Symphony Hall in October,
Hmm.
finishing up. And I think this is the last. Well, I think the Warriors Rise finished in Sheffield, wasn't it? Was that last week? Wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
And then you're coming on to Worcester to finish up. So start, middle, and end in the West Midlands. It's great. Well, we need more Londoners to come up and play in Worcester and the West Midlands. Thanks for doing that. So what's you got the EP and the tour out of the way this year. When we come to the end of this year, what your plans for next year? Got anything exciting lined up that you're able to share with us yet? Or
I mean, nothing like set in stone. I'm just like recording like some stuff here and there, but I don't have a clear plan on like when I will release it. But I'm working on it. I'm just recording like stuff and just like doing things here and there. but yeah.
Any other sort of collaborations and bands? Is Collectiva carrying on? Hopefully, we get some touring out of the Collectiva. They might come to West.
Hopefully, yeah. I really don't know what will happen after we release the EP, how the people will receive it as well. So it all depends on that too.
Excellent.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun. Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about the band that's coming up to Worcester. So yeah, who have we got in the band?
We have for this one we have Cody Moss on keys and synth bass. We have Jay Patel on trombone and Cassius Colpson on drums.
Fantastic. Yeah. So Cody, some of our audience may remember Cody from the Jakob Klimiak quintet that came up in it was October, like that was a year ago. My goodness, October last year. So it'd be good to see him again. And yeah, interesting. So there's, I love that you've got the trombone rather than a string bass. You know,
Obviously.
which
Yeah,
gives Cody a little bit more work to do, I suppose, on
I
the
love
sort of.
that.
But yeah, brilliant. So yeah, and the music itself, what is it going to be mostly from your EP? What?
Yeah, we're gonna play the EP and then a few of my other compositions that I have released and some of probably like that I haven't yet. But yeah, all my music, which is exciting, but at the same time like really difficult in terms of like rehearsals. But that's the joy of it, I guess.
Excellent. So if you're watching this and you've not heard Alexa's music before, you can check that out on Bandcamp. Go and have a listen, buy it, and download it, and keep it forever. Have you got? Is there any physical copies? Have you got CDs or anything at the moment? Or
Sadly, no. But for the next one, hopefully they will be.
oh, fantastic! Look forward to that. Excellent. So yeah, really excited to have you coming up on Thursday, the 27th of November at the Mars Bar in Worcester. Have a great trip up, and we'll see you then. Thanks for joining
Thank
us
you
today.
so much, Dave. Thank you. It's lovely to chat with you.